Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your first fighter into the cage. From Newcastle, Paul Cook. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the cage his opponents from right here in Manchester, Brendan Loughnane.
Look at that smile. Brendan Loughnane is in his happy place. He is finally making that walk after a tough fight camp to headline here at Tankō 2, taking on Paul Cookie Cook. And Brendan Loughnane is an elite fighter all round. Great striking, great grappling, great wrestling, and his camp's great, but he also travels around the world, training with the likes of Dominic Cruz out in Alliance, very good mates with them. And just constantly evolving, working all the time. Went down to Team Titan alongside Brad Pickett. One punch himself to get some training in down there. So not content, always looking to evolve, and that's what makes him so dangerous.
Yeah, like I said, he's a great all-rounder, but he's just absolutely buzzing. The Tankō show we saw last time, he was just so happy to be here again. You see it in him, it's nice. This is his home show, and he really puts it on for the crowd.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tankō FC present 3 5-minute rounds in the professional lightweight division, exclusive on Fight Live TV. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. Manchester, make some noise! And in the blue corner, the record of 15 wins and 6 defeats, weighing in at 70.7 kilograms, representing Hammer from Newcastle, Paul Cook. And his opponent fighting at the red corner, the record of 12 wins and 2 defeats, weighing in at 70.4 kilograms, representing All Powers from right here in Manchester, Brendan Loughnane. Your referee in charge, midsection, Mr. Neil Hall.
Okay guys, we've been through the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my commands at all times. We're going to have a clean fight. You want to touch gloves, do that now. Move back to your corners, come out fighting.
So we are set for our main event here at Tankō 2. And the crowd are responding. The atmosphere is unbelievable. Brendan Loughnane getting a huge response, but Paul Cookie Cook taking the centre of the cage and just staring him down the entire time.
Yeah, he didn't want to take his eyes off Brendan, but Brendan just didn't have none of it. Didn't get involved in the dramatics.
Both very technical fighters.
Yeah, Brendan's got such sharp striking, though, very, very fast strikes.
Paul Cook in the blue corner with the grey shorts. Brendan Loughnane in the red corner with the luminous Vale-Tudo shorts on. More relaxed than his last headline fight at Tankō. There hasn't been the whole beef going up to it, and he said that he's enjoyed that. He'll give the beef back if you want to, but going in there without emotion allows this technique, and you see a bit of it there, shine.
He's fast, he's sharp, he picks his shots really, really well. At the moment so far, he's the one picking the shots, and he's just been making Cook land very short.
Cookie looks in great shape physically. Seems a bit bigger than Brendan, but look at those kicks.
They're sharp and hard.
Switching them up.
Yeah, switch to the other side, right under the ribs.
This fight scheduled for 3 rounds. Should it go the distance? 3 5-minute rounds.
It's a good start from Brendan.
Very high output fighter. 7-1 in his last 8 fights, and that one was a fairly controversial decision against Tom Duquesnoy. Could have called it either way.
Yeah, definitely. Very, very close.
Loughnane establishing the range with those kicks very well.
His distancing has been perfect so far. Like I said, Cookie just landing short.
Great spinning back fist there, glanced across the right cheek of Paul Cook. Wouldn't be surprised to see Cook try and change this up and maybe close the distance and get a clinch, but easier said than done when you're facing this barrage of strikes from Brendan Loughnane.
Especially when you know Brendan has got good ground and pound. You know, if he fails the takedown and Brendan gets on top, his ground and pound is vicious.
There was a rare punch thrown by Brendan there.
Well, as we thought, Cookie's switching it up, going for the leg.
He's happy to work off the cage as well here. Quite a few of his fights, he grinds down his opponents. But Loughnane able to turn it round.
Trying to use the wizard to defend. Cookie takes the back.
Hands down, so but be careful if he goes for any knees to the head here. Got to pick his shots, Paul Cook.
Solid knees in. These are the ones that sort of wear down your legs. Very similar to the low kicks. Just firing the knees in against the fence.
1 minute 30 left of this first round of our main event here at Tankō 2 at the Victoria Warehouse in Manchester. And there we see again Paul Cook closing that distance. Definitely having more success here. Or if not success, at least not taking as much damage as he was earlier on with the strikes from Brendan Loughnane.
I think they're just going to have a timeout here while they fix the door. The problem with the door is they've hit against the fence.
We get the action started again.
Again, that solid left high kick.
Paul Cook pushing forward and a glancing left hand, but the angles Brendan Loughnane moves out to get out of the way, that's the difference. If you move straight back, you'll eat that flush on the chin, and that's danger time.
Yeah, well, Cookie had to really dive in to try to land that left. And like a matador to a bull, Brendan just pivots off.
Brendan's enjoying himself. Paul Cook responds with a smile of his own. With the experience of 15-6, he's been in many wars before.
Yeah, definitely both these guys very, very experienced. They fought at a variety of levels up to the top. That low kick is going to start making a difference.
A big grimace on Paul Cook's face when he ate that one. Needs to close that distance again. That's where he was having more success, but...
He does, and I think we're going to see similar to the fight earlier, where he starts to throw those leg kicks in, slow them down, and then he starts to work his punches. Because you see Brendan starting to bring in that right cross, which is a very, very sharp punch he has. He beat Dave Lee with what was called knockout of the year. You know, that was a real good punch.
Great first round from both fighters. High output.
I mean, that was phenomenal pace that they've just gone at for that first round. And you see it's a testament to the fitness of these guys, that they're both just looking at the corner, taking instructions and look fairly fresh.
This is what you get at this level. Technique, but also they've honed the conditioning, they've honed all they need to last 3 rounds should it go that way. Brendan Loughnane looking very happy with that first round. Certainly Paul Cookie Cook needs to implement a slight change in strategy or bring something different for the second one. Can't let Brendan get off shots as loosely and freely as he has done in that first round.
No, he really needs to try to work to get that takedown, but like I say, it's not going to be as easy as I'm just telling him.
There we go. Brendan calling on all the supporters here at Tankō 2 to get behind this fight, get the atmosphere going.
There's a huge Manchester crowd, partisan crowd.
The spinning sidekick certainly landed on the liver of Paul Cook. Little wince there. Now moving forward, that's what he needs to do. Put the pressure and get it against the cage. And we have him right in front of us here at the commentary box.
Yeah, Cook cannot afford to give Brendan any distance at all because he's really outstriking him.
Again, that leg kick comes in. Loughnane throwing so many different attacks.
Yeah, he's constantly keeping Cook thinking, not letting him settle. He's not got any rhythm at all. He's just firing shots, moving, firing. Cook does not know where they're coming from.
A big left hand there.
Beautiful slip left up.
Another leg kick as well. Looking to get hold of Brendan, but so fast, so slippy. But that's what he needs to do, just keep trying, keep closing that distance.
Brendan's awareness there, slipped back off that shot so easily, comes back with his right cross.
Now Paul Cook looking to try and work this single leg.
He needs to work for this. He cannot afford to let Brendan detach.
Staying firmly on that, but Brendan switches it.
Beautiful.
Switches it. Dominic Cruz will be proud of that one.
Absolutely fantastic wrestling there.
The angles as well, when he goes against the cage, just to turn to his sides, not to give him his legs straight on. Just great cage awareness.
Really, really technical. Look at that.
And another spinning back fist. Just under 3 minutes left of this second round. But Paul Cook is never out of there. He's a dangerous fighter in all rounds.
This is a fantastic performance though, so far from Brendan.
Switching stances as well.
We're halfway through the fight. It's Brendan Loughnane's fight so far. Dominating the striking. Some great moves in the wrestling. Cook just throwing short.
Just very loose, just the control of distance, the timing.
Even there, makes a slip, straight back to his feet.
Another leg kick there for Paul Cook. Needs to really push to make something happen here to change it up, because it is all Loughnane.
Yeah, he's got to close that distance, trying to work from closer in, even if it's dirty boxing. But at the moment, Brendan is not giving him that distance. Those leg kicks again.
Exactly. Picking those shots, wearing them down, mixing it up with the jab. This is where we're going to have to see the experience of Paul Cook. Those 15-6 record. Every ounce, every minute he's spent in the cage. What can he do to change this up? We know he's got skills.
Oh, look at that leg kick. He nearly took him over with that. He's not going to be walking up and downstairs tomorrow.
And he's a big left as well.
He did, and this is what we saw earlier with the all-powers guys. Chopping down the legs and then working the head.
Just over 1 minute left of this second round. Nice straight right.
And again, I think we're going to start seeing Paul Cook having to turn southpaw because he can't take many more of those.
Big shot. Now Loughnane takes the clinch against the cage.
Watch the low kick come back again. How many more of those can he take?
Look at the distance control as well, just out of reach. And that's so frustrating as a fighter when you're trying to land just 1 or 2 shots to answer the 15 that you've taken. It's almost Matrix-like.
It really is.
Again, slips that jab.
Just beautiful to watch. You know, for like myself, a fan of the striking arts, it's just really nice to watch.
Big shots again. Under 10 seconds left of this second round.
Finished with some big left hook, right hand.
And Loughnane doesn't even look out of breath.
He could easily do the 5-minute rounds in a title fight. You know, he's so fit.
Dean Amersinger and Tony Musa in his corner, very happy with the work they're seeing there.
Yeah, Dean works on the conditioning, the weight cut and stuff with a lot of the guys at All Powers, and you know, really helps them along with that side of things. Very, very good scientific knowledge.
Really has. Really breaks that side of it down very, very well. Loughnane looks fresh. He looks like he'll go another fight after this. But we need to see something different from Paul Cook. He can't keep eating those leg kicks. He's got to really go for broke, basically, to make something happen.
He's stood on one leg. I'll be impressed if he comes out for another round, because he's took some beating, but we know he's a warrior.
So we're set for round 3 here at Tankō 2. Me, Brian Lacey and Ian Butlin having the pleasure of calling the action for this main event.
Brian, what can Cookie do?
Basically, I think he's really got to go for broke, close that distance. When he's been up against the cage, he's taken less damage, but Loughnane has been so good in all areas. Talk about complete fighters. He's showing such a different level, and look at the size of that strike.
That was a huge left low kick to start the round.
From the intent thrown with that kick, I think Loughnane might be looking for the finish.
Referee Neil Hall having to show those twinkle toes again.
Bit more of desperation about Paul Cook, and that's what we need to see. Try and make something happen.
Oh, beautiful right hand.
Nice kick again from Loughnane. He showed in his last fight he's got heart, he can get gritty, but this is pure technique, pure class.
Oh, it really is, yeah, and I think that's what he wanted to show after the last one. He knew the last performance was, like I said, emotional, and he came in there just wanting to hurt Eden New, and this has been an absolute amazing MMA display.
An absolute statement on the division as well.
I think there's going to be a lot of lightweights looking at this and thinking, you know, this is the guy to beat. Or avoid.
Avoid, maybe, that might be a nicer option. But here we see Paul Cook finally getting it against the cage. 3 minutes 45 left in this final round of our Tankō main event between Brendan Loughnane and Paul Cook. Again, that switch from Loughnane, but Paul Cook not letting go of this leg.
Look at that.
And Loughnane slips out. The story of Loughnane is unbelievable as well. On Fight Live TV, they had a Behind the Fighter documentary, and you look at where he's come from. A young man from Moss Side. He's dedicated his life to this sport.
Yeah, we see the ground and pound he's got as well.
I should say from Fallowfields, he trained in my side. He might have a go at me and throw a spinning kick at me if I get that wrong.
That's the last thing you want after watching this performance. No, in fact, the last thing you want is a low kick.
That's right, but big elbow eaten by Paul Cook, and another one there. And another one. 2 minutes 45 seconds for Loughnane to work from this close guard of Paul Cook.
And we know Loughnane's got the ground and pound. It's just, you know, we've seen it. It's the elbows. He fires them not from very far, and they're so powerful.
Well, look at that one. He rained that right from the top all the way down. And again, making a statement here in the Tankō cage.
Yeah, I think he's done his display of MMA striking, and this is him looking for the finish.
Very wary still that Paul Cook is dangerous off his back. Two minutes left. Still working that. Maybe he'll stand him back up. Big knee to the solar plexus there.
Paul Cook is showing some heart to just be stood there still.
Hard as nails. Oh, that's another one. That's rocked him. And the referee's called it.
That was unbelievable.
What a display.
That was unbelievable.
A crazy night of fights, finished, topped off by one of the most technical displays of striking I've seen in a very long time. We should not underestimate his opponent, Paul Cook, for taking the amount of shots, the leg kicks he did. But Brendan Loughnane, a different class tonight.
Every single time we asked for more from this card, we got it.
And we did.
Fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Neil Hall calls to stop the contest at 3 minutes and 16 seconds of round number 3. For your winner by TKO, Brendan Loughnane!
Let's get a few words with your winner, Brendan Loughnane. Well done, Paul Cook. Let's grab a word with you here. Let's soak it up for a little. Give it up for your winner, Mr. Brendan Loughnane. A fantastic display. One of the most technical displays of striking I've seen in a very long time. You seem so comfortable, so ready for this fight. After your last fight here at Tankō was showing your technique and the skill, the class above, really what you were looking to do.
Yeah, well, you're right. My last fight was just an all-out street fight. Today I wanted to come and show everyone my skill. I'm the most skillful guy out here, and I'll come out here and I'll prove it every single time.
Absolutely put a masterclass of striking on here. When you look around at this Tankō event as well, boy from Fallowfield's done good. How does this feel headlining the second Tankō here in Manchester at the Victoria Warehouse?
Tell you what, Brian, I can never ever put into words. Every single time there's a Tankō event coming up, the amount of tickets that people come to my house and buy off my mum and myself, I'm truly humbled by every single one of you. And I promise you, I'll put in performances and I'll take Manchester to the top, believe that.
You are doing that, and you put on a display that really put you on the map. Yet again here in the lightweight division. Brendan Loughnane, take a bow. Great fights, mate. Great fights.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Tankō 2. Don't forget, our next event will be right here on February the 11th. I'll be here, Please all have a safe journey home, and that's all, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good Christmas. Good